Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video by yours truly. In the latest 1.5 live stream, we had not one, not two, but three new characters gameplay all revealed. And I want to discuss my thoughts and give a quick little analysis on everything we've learned based off what they've revealed so far, so that you guys have a good understanding with regards to how their kits are, how their value are, banner value, all that stuff. Let's talk about it. Let's start off with the Knight of Beauty, Argenti. Argenti has some pretty beautiful animations. I guess we can start there. Basic attack looks pretty horrible, pretty mid. I'm always going to call out these things, right? It's okay though that his basic attack looks horrible in my opinion, because his entire kit revolves around his skill in ultimate. So basic attack looking mid on him is he gets a pass for it, just because you're never going to use his basic attack, or at least you never should. Now let's talk about his kit. His kit, apart from those beautiful animations for the skill in the ultimate, because he does have some gorgeous animations, I love them. It looks like the most brain dead and simplistic kit I've seen to date. More brain dead than in Lune. Like, all you do with Argenti is you skill, and then you skill again, and then you skill again, and then you skill one more time until that ult comes up, and then you pop that ult. That's it. There is not an ounce of complexity to this man's kit. Okay, his talent says he gets more energy back the more people he hits on the field, as well as some crit rate. And then his skill does the same exact thing as Jing Yuan's skill. It's just an AoE skill, hits every target on the field, does damage. That's it. Ultimate, same thing as a Jing Yuan ultimate, except amplify the multiplier. He's gonna have the highest multiplier in the game thus far, beating out level 3 charged in Lune, beating out Jing Yuan's 10 count stand damage, highest single target damage in the entire game. However, he has the same problem with Jing Yuan's stand, whereas if there are more people out on the field, the single target damage of the ult gets diminished severely, because it does a random RNG tick on each head on the field. So when there's only one target left, his ult damage is absolutely absurd. And then it turns in more into an AoE when more people are out on the field. Now, the other thing to talk about his ult is obviously there's two different versions of it. There's the smaller cost, almost leaked on accident, and then there's the larger cost of the ultimate. That's pretty much, that's the only complexity. And obviously I would treat it the same as in Lune. Level 3 charge or nothing at all, unless you're just trying to like kill a little cute mob or something. For the most part, you're gonna save out with his ult until his ult comes up. There's not even a need to watch a guide on this guy. It's not hard. Just imagine playing Jing Yuan without his lightning stand, right? Take away the follow-up attack synergy in Jing Yuan, and what do you got? You got skill and ult. That's it. That's Argenti's kit in full. I'm serious. There's nothing else to do with this man's kit. There's nothing to think about. It is quite literally the most simplistic kit I've seen to date. Now, is he going to perform well? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. The expensive cost of the burst is concerning, because the less enemies there are on the field, the less energy recharge he's going to get from his skill. He might run into some ER issues. Not to mention they did the little petty thing of putting a ER efficient unit in the same exact version update as Argenti. That's Hu Tao's little cousin, which we'll talk about her next. But his banner has the most free-to-play and high value for free-to-play players and newcomers. We got Hanya, a brand new Harmony unit who actually does look very freaking cracked. She truly looks like a 5-star. Like, I was gassing a little bit with Green Hyphen, or however you say her name, but Hanya looks like a 5-star with an expensive Eidolon investment. Once you get her to E4, can't go into the details on that. She's 100% a 5-star Harmony, and of course it is. Harmonies are cracked, right? But that's one of the characters. The other character is Lynx, a very solid 4-star healer, good for people who don't have Fushuan or Lorcha. And then you have Asta, one of the best Harmony support characters, or all Harmonies are good, but one of the best support characters in the game. Picking up more of her Eidolons brings up her value tremendously as well. So having all three of those on his banner is just way better, especially when compared to Hu or Slow, or whatever the hell you want to call her, Hu Tao's little cousin. Her banner is so abysmal, it's not even funny. So Argenti's banner is definitely the better value, not even close. Problem is, he is a boring DPS, and he's not for me. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm skipping the hell out of Argenti. I know I said I pick up every unit. There's no reason for me to pick up him when I say I pick up units to bring content to you. There's nothing. I don't even need to pick him up to tell you how to play him. This is it. Skill ult. That's it. Skill, skill, skill ult. So I'm skipping the hell out of him. But I do want to try and pick up a hanya. Now let's move on. Those are all my thoughts for Argenti. I'm not kidding. It's nothing else to talk about, guys. Moving on to Hu Tao's little cousin, Huo Huo, Hu Huo, whatever the hell you want to call her. Listen, I think she's so adorable, and I think her whole entire kit animations and kit concept is phenomenal. I think she's a fantastic healer who actually power creeps Lorcha. I understand that people overuse the word power creep all the time. No, bro, I'm telling you, she actually power creeps Lorcha. Before we get into the details though, let's talk about how her basic attack is 3 million times better than Topaz's basic attack, when her healing concept has nothing, like her basic attack is so insignificant to her kit, right? Why does her basic attack look so good when Topaz actually uses the hell out of her basic attack and it looks so mid, right? Okay, I got to give them, the morons who actually defended that freaking abysmal basic attack. I'm always gonna pull that leg, bro. Getting back into the to the topic of conversation though, Hu Tao's little cousin is power creeping Lorcha. Why? Let's start off with the ultimates. Lorcha's ultimate does below mid damage and strips the target, which strips can be valuable, but they're more of a comfort than an actual necessity, right? Let's take the people who revive themselves back, the Mara people who come back to life. As you can see now in today's meta, you just do more damage, right? Oh, you came back to life. Well, I'll just kill you again. No big deal, right? You don't really need to strip people. Even the freaking monkey, don't even need to strip him. Just make him target fire MC or something, or just eat the damage on the head. You don't really need a strip. They haven't presented an enemy where strip is that valuable. That's all Lorcha's ult does. Now let's go over to Hu Tao's little cousin. Regenerates energy for the entire party based off of a percentage of their total ER cost. Gives a massive attack boost to the party for a set number of turns. Brother, sister, that is just infinitely better than Lorcha's ult. Okay, now the thing that makes Lorcha cracked is the ability to constantly funnel skill points and auto heal your party without worrying about having to use this skill. You pretty much never have to use it. Well, she has a passive healing. Passive healing as well, which is crazy. Now granted, you do have to use her skill to keep uptime on this from time to time. She's still very skill point positive, but her heal is a budget AoE that is essentially an AoE, right? If you heal one target, she heals the targets to the left and right of them for a sizable amount. And basically what this means is if you position her on the end, and you heal the person in the middle, she's always healing all three of them with her skill. Furthermore, it unlocks a talent passive that will now heal them passively every time their turn pops up, or if they use their ultimate. So their turn pops up, they get healed. They use their ultimate, they get healed. Holy hell, that is quite literally the same as an auto healing perk that Lorcha has. And the duration lasts a set number of turns based off of her turns. So when she comes back up, it goes away, which means how you run Slowcha, you could run Slowhu or Slow, whatever you want to call it. So she is very skill point positive. And then if that wasn't enough, guys, the passive healing also has a dispel attached to it. Yeah. So every time a teammate comes up, they get healed and whatever is on them gets dispelled. I mean, guys, when I tell you power creeping is a part of Hoyo versus model, it is a part of Hoyo versus model. Now let's bring it back down to earth. Here's the reality, guys. As a veteran player or as somebody who gets sweaty on the in-game content, you do not need another healer, even if they do what Huo Huo does. You don't even need her. You don't, because the fact of the matter is, for me, I'm 0 and 1 cycling without a healer. I don't even use a healer. I just throw in another support. So you don't need her in any way, shape, or form. If you have Lorcha and Fu Xuan to occasionally use as healers to get through whatever content, you just don't need her, because the fact of the matter is there's better supports who are going to do better things. Now, if you're a newcomer who doesn't have Fuchuan or Lorcha, she is the strongest priority for your account. That is just an absolute factual. She is the strongest priority on your account. Problem is, she has an abysmal, I mean an atrocious and unacceptable and petty 4-star lineup. You got Arlon. Nobody uses him except me because I love him. I'm cultured and he's black and I love my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all we got. It's all we got. Come on home now, Arlon. Come on home. We also have, who are the other two actually? Serval and base form Goku. Now, don't get me wrong, base form Goku in Dragon Ball Z Fighters is peak, but base form Goku in Honkai Star Rail is incredibly mid. Who the hell wants Dan Hung when Imbibe Lune is out and he gets power crept by pretty much every DPS in the game? And don't get me wrong, I love me some Dan Hung. I'm thinking about doing some content on E6 just for the, just for the memes. But then we got Serval, power crept by everybody as well. These two units are so incredibly mid and lackluster in today's gaming for Honkai. It's just like a horrible banner, and they did that on purpose because they want you to try and pull on both units. Of course, we get the tactic. As valuable as she is, you're taking a massive L pulling on her 4-star banners. You just are. That's just the fact of the matter. So I don't know. You got to deal with that. I guess that's the bad side of pulling on her banner. Those are my thoughts for Argenti Huo Huo. I'm gonna make a separate video for Hanya, mainly because I don't want to try and make a thumbnail squeezing in Argenti Huo Huo and Hanya all in the same thumbnail. It just sounds like a real pain in the ass. Full disclosure, y'all know I'm honest as hell. There's also a lot to discuss with Hanya. Her kit is insanely cracked with good investment. So we'll talk about that in this next video. I hope I brought you guys some good insight and some, some good critical thought provoking conversation with regards to these two units as usual. Y'all take care and I'll catch you on the flip side.